At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger here from Weather NorCal. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. And of course, if you were watching and you saw kind of that intro here, I'm going to put it up here again. This is kind of fun. As Lisa Stevens saying, like Bon Jovi says, we're halfway there. All right, and we're living on a prayer. Oh, we're halfway there. All right, and of course it is Wednesday. Of course, people call it Hump Day, whatever you want to call it. And we are getting halfway through the work week. We've also got James Mandy Chapel saying a good morning, have a great Wednesday. We got Shelly. She is also saying good morning here from Chilly Mountains. Have a fabulous day. Get out there and enjoy that sunshine. Well, thank you, Shelly. I certainly appreciate that. And how are you all doing this morning? Hoping to have a good start to your day, enjoying your coffee or whatever it is you like to enjoy early in the morning here. It is 7:02. Of course, on that Wind River Resort and Casino clock there, you can see at the bottom of your screen there, of course, as you know, made possible by Wind River Resort and Casino here. All right, so I wanted to kind of follow up on yesterday when we started with the snow that you could see coming down in many of the Gulf Coast states. Louisiana, Alabama, even North Florida saw snow as well. This is what it looks like this morning in that same area that we looked at where it was snowing yesterday. Now, it quickly cleared out behind that, and you can see sunny skies, but some cold, very cold Arctic air has moved in behind the snow. So typically, you would think that the snow would melt once it stops, because once the sun comes out, it would melt it. But it's so cold out there that they still have snow on the ground. Take a look at the satellite image here. This is kind of interesting when we look at what it looks like off to the south and east. So as I mentioned, excuse me, the panhandle of Florida saw snow. There were people that saw snow, and this is historic, folks. The snow that we saw down in the southern United States is historic. This is once in a generation that many people in these areas will see the snow. So you can bet that they're having fun, enjoying it, making snowballs, making snowmen, the works. But you can see there, I mean, of course, the rain they saw in many parts of Florida, but look at North Florida, out towards Jacksonville, for example, or it looks like just to the north of Jacksonville, some of that snow there. And of course, it made its way into the Carolinas as well. So quite an Arctic blast that we did see out in that region here, and it was very interesting. All right, let's take you closer to home and get you to Krueger's Quickcast here for your January 22nd. And we can take a look at the temperatures out there right now, certainly not the Arctic blast. Now, we're seeing a lot of differences in the temperatures. Look at Redding, 46, but then Red Bluff is 39, but then Corning is 45, and then you can see Chico, 32. Why such big differences in those temperatures? The wind. That's the bottom line. Even a light breeze of 5, 6, 7 miles an hour, that's enough to mix up the atmosphere and keep those temperatures up a bit. So 46 for Redding, 32 Chico. Look at El Turris, 11 degrees. 21 in Susanville, 15 in Bernie. Mount Shasta, though, 31. Wairika, much colder at 18 degrees, 21 for Weaverville. Oh, there's some of the latest updates. 30 degrees right now in Mount Shasta. 28 degrees in Willow Creek. And there you can see low to mid-30s along the coast. It's cold there, too. Out the door this morning, it's going to be chilly. You probably won't have to scrape the windshields in most areas for the valley. But if you're in the low to mid-30s in the valley, sure, yeah, some frost. 29 degrees for Trinity County this morning. And you can see about 19 degrees in Modoc County. All right, so look at the arc in the clouds. You see how the clouds are kind of moving up and over the ridge of high pressure and kind of ending out towards the Seattle-Portland area? That's the ridge of high pressure that's building today, and it's going to be fairly strong. In fact, we're going to be looking at temperatures quite possibly in that 70-degree mark for some of the warmer spots. Kind of interesting. Now, again, the winds are picking up this morning in some areas, and you can see as we go through the afternoon, still a little gusty, especially for parts of the valley and the foothills east of the valley, and even some of those eastern mountains. But otherwise, those winds should die down through the day on Thursday. All right, there you can see temperatures mainly in the upper 60s, but again, some of us could touch that 70-degree mark plus. And of course, we're talking 40s, 50s for the higher elevations. Low 60s in Trinity County, as well as the inland areas, and even some upper 50s to low 60s for the coast. But again, of course, this isn't going to last forever, right? I mean, it's going to be in the upper 60s to around 70 today and tomorrow for the valley. Temperatures dropping. Some colder air moving in from Canada. That's going to bring those temperatures back down to the mid to upper 50s and then back in the low 60s for Monday and Tuesday of next week. And of course, we take a look at the coast, inland in Trinity County. We've got those temperatures dropping also. In fact, mid to upper 40s for Weaverville as we go into your Saturday and Sunday. How about Siskiyou, Modoc, in the eastern mountains? Now, you'll notice Susanville will still have that chance for snow, but it's not going to be a lot, and it's not even guaranteed, quite honestly. This is a fairly moisture-starved system. The main impact with this weekend system will be the colder temperatures, as you can clearly see there. I mean, we're going from the 50s to the 30s, and then we're back up in the low 50s by early next week. All right, so yeah, unfortunately, no rain, no snow in the forecast. Once again, you can, of course, see the clouds moving up and over that ridge, even an area of low pressure down to our south and west. Beautiful shot out at Lake Oroville this morning. A couple of passing high clouds out there, but otherwise mainly sunny skies here. Look at that red flag, or I don't know, what is that? Like a, I don't even know what you'd call it, like a little banner, a streamer, if you will. It's standing still. The lake looks like glass. Once again, we are seeing those calm winds this morning out at Lake Oroville. Taking a look at Main Street Chico on Highway 32. You got the traffic flowing smoothly there. Doesn't look like we have any backups, even on Highway 99 at Neal Road. Looks like things are A-OK out on those highways and those roads. Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive. Of course, this camera doesn't have any motion, but you can still get the idea of what the traffic looks like coming and going. All right, we're going to, before we get to that, we're going to take a look at what some of you are kind of coming out here this morning. We've got Tracy Sackett saying good morning this morning. Good morning this morning. Oops, nope, that was wrong. I didn't want to do that. There we go. Buttons, you know. Oh my God, I look terrible. I feel fine, but I look terrible. Look at all the redness under here. I don't know what's going on. I got to get some concealer. That's what I got to do. I got to get some concealer. Mark Olson saying good morning. Tracy Sackett is saying good morning. We have got Mark asking, how are the lake levels looking? Well, let's take a look at those in our deeper dive forecast here in just a second here. And we'll take a look at those here. We've also got Curtis Brown saying, good morning, everyone. Making your coffee now. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you will enjoy it. We've got Jay saying good morning, and we've got Victoria saying thank you. Well, you are welcome. And I appreciate you guys watching and checking in here this morning, and of course, just supporting Weather NorCal. Well, what do you say we get to that deeper dive forecast? But before we do that, we're going to mention our sponsor, which is Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. Let's take a look at those current temperatures out there this morning. And again, you can see the big differences, and we're seeing those temperatures. 46 degrees right now for Redding, but you're in Chico at 32. You're actually freezing. So there is some patchy frost out there, especially in the areas that are, say, in the mid to upper 30, low to mid 30s, that is here this morning for the valley. But again, other areas that have been dealing with those colder temperatures, you know, it's not as cold. But look at this, 11 degrees for Alturas, 21 in Susanville, 15 for Bernie, upper teens, low 20s out in Trinity County. Look at that, out towards Willow Creek, 28, but a little bit warmer in Hoopa at 39. 30 for Mount Shasta City, 18 for Wairika. We're in the low to mid 30s along the coast. There's going to be some frost along the coast as well. All right, so let's take a look at those weather headlines. Cold mornings with areas of frost. Of course, we're seeing that here this morning. Highs will be right around 7 degrees for parts of the valley today. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. All right, and I'm going to say that. And I know some of you are saying, well, how can you say it's going to be a beautiful day when we need the rain? Yes, of course, we can. We do need the rainfall, but there's nothing we can do about it. So all we can do is when it's nice, you know, get out and enjoy it. All right, it's going to be gusty north winds. We're already noticing those winds picking up in some areas here this morning. So again, making lemonade out of lemons with the winds, a little bit of a nuisance wind, maybe fly a kite today. Yeah, that's always fun, right? Even if you don't have a kiddo, it's always fun to fly a kite. All right, taking a look, of course, as we go into the weekend, we still have that slight chance for some mountain snow, but I got to tell you, it's not all that promising. It's not looking all that great. All right, let's take it down to Southern California. We're going to talk about the fires again because the fire danger is increasing. That's the problem. It's been bad even yesterday. But these percentages of your containment, they're going up. All right, that's good news, but not such great news. Another red flag warning. This is through Thursday, through tomorrow. So today, tomorrow. I think my mic's about to fall off. High wind warning. This is a high wind watch. This right here, the letter shades of blue, that is a wind advisory. Winds, bottom line. And that's through tomorrow as well. Let's take a look at the winds that we can expect. And again, we got the Santa Ana winds. We don't need that right now. And you got the winds getting even stronger down to the south, down towards the San Diego region. Look at this, more Santa Ana winds. And look how strong these winds are getting. We're talking 40, 50, 60 miles an hour. And maybe even stronger for some of those mountain ridge tops. But the good news is, as we go into Friday, the winds will start to die down. So that's awesome to see. Love to see that. So I want to show you the fire weather risk. You see how the yellows and oranges? High fire danger. That's again because why? Of course, we're just showing you the winds, but also very dry conditions out there. Still looking at the high fire danger for Thursday. But by the time we get to Friday, as I mentioned, those winds are dying down. Humidity levels may go up a little bit here, and as a result, that fire danger won't be quite as high. So that's good to see. All right, let's take you closer to home. In fact, let's take you to home. And you can see, of course, the winds a little gusty in some spots here for parts of the valley and, of course, off to the east. Not that bad this morning, but they will pick up most likely through the morning hours. You can see here 20, maybe even upwards of 25 miles per hour for parts of the valley, foothills. But look at everywhere else. I mean, yeah, a little breezy in some spots, but not that bad. And in the coast, mainly below 10 miles per hour. Now, Thursday morning, still a tad breezy out there, but the winds will start to subside through the day on Thursday, mainly below 10 miles per hour in most cases. But look at the coast as we go into Friday morning. Yeah, the winds are beginning to pick up there, not so much anywhere else. Maybe a little breezy in some spots here, but you're talking over 20 miles an hour for many of us along the coast and, 10, 15 miles per hour other areas, but again, not as bad as the coast. So a couple of things to point out in this satellite, because, you kind of look at it, there's really kind of a lot to take in here. So you can see some of the moisture that's kind of coming into Southern California. Of course, that's always good to see. This is an area of low pressure right here spinning, and you see it's actually kind of what we call retrograding. It's kind of moving up to the north and west right now. But it's just kind of wobbling here, right? We've seen that with this area of low pressure. Eventually, it'll get caught up in upper level flow, shift back down to the south and east, and then just kind of fizzle out by the time it makes its way on shore. Meanwhile, we also have, you'll see here, this arc in the clouds. That's the ridge of high pressure. It's building today. It's getting stronger. And that's why we're talking about temperatures around 70 for many of us in the valley. So there's that ridge of high pressure. But the thing is, that ridge isn't going to be here forever. See this colder air right here? It's diving down to the south. Now, the main core of cold air, that Arctic air, is way off to our north and east. But some energy will break off and spill over into Northern California, and that's going to be the source of the colder air. It's also going to be a source for the potential for some snow in the mountains, which we'll take a closer look at here in a second. Now, the other problem with this is not only is it bringing us colder air, but it's going to bring us some stronger winds too. Now, we'll get into that here as we take a look at the here in just a second here, but we're still looking at those cooler than normal conditions. There's the ridge of high pressure. Are we going to see any rainfall out of this system that's coming in out of the north, or snow? Maybe. And I say that because look at this. Here you can see the trough right here. There's that colder air that's kind of pooling down, right? Look at this snow that we have embedded in the main storm system itself. There's not a lot there. And there's a reason for that, because it doesn't have a lot of moisture to work with. It's dry. It's a fairly dry storm system. So as it dives down to the south, okay, we're seeing a little bit of snow in the northern Sierra, and of course to the east of that, a little bit. So places like Lassen and Plumas counties, this is where I think we'll see the best chance for maybe some light snow Saturday morning. You see that? Tahoe region, Reno, right? That then all shifts down to the south. And yeah, all right, maybe it's a little bit of light rain, maybe some light snow down into Southern California. Good, right? Could use the moisture. What's not so good, though, is this storm system is going to create some more problems again, because as that low pressure dives down to the south and east, we have got high pressure building to our west. The difference between the two Classic setup for some gusty winds. Not only for us here in Northern California, but Southern California is going to see those winds as we go into especially Monday and Tuesday of next week. I mean, it just doesn't seem like Southern California can catch a break, does it? All right, so or us, because we could certainly use the rainfall, right? And of course the snow in the mountains. So drier than normal conditions here as we look at the long range through the end of the month. You know, if you recall, about 2 weeks ago, I was saying there's a very good chance we could remain dry through the end of the month. There's a very good chance that could happen with the exception of maybe Saturday, right? The forecast models kind of got pretty aggressive with bringing in some rain toward the end of this week. In fact, it was, I think it was last Friday, I was talking about, hey, it looks like maybe a week from that Friday, so this upcoming Friday, maybe some rain, maybe some snow in the mountains. And then what happened over the weekend? Gone. And then, of course, it's been gone here all week long as well with that, again, that slight chance for some of the Northern Sierra on Saturday. It's just, the forecast models give us that hope, and then it's gone. This is why you can't. This is why you've got to watch very closely and continue to watch the forecast here, because I try to put that all in context, right? When I talk about the potential for rain or snow 10, 15 days out, we've got to remember that's 10 to 15 days out. It's going to change usually. Lake levels. A lot of people asking about that. How are they doing? Of course, we had someone asking this morning during Coffee with Krueger earlier this morning. Well, here we are. Now, what we've seen here, Lake Shasta's dropped a little bit here, but I mean, barely, right? We're seeing a slight increase for Trinity Lake and Lake Oroville. But again, this is the number we want to look at. We want to keep that above 100%. And we're still there. I mean, these numbers, they've been slowly dropping, these percentages. Everyone was at least 125% or higher a week ago. Now we're down to about 121% for Shasta Lake. Out towards Trinity Lake, about 125 and 128% for Lake Oroville. So we at least have that, right? Now, of course, the ski resorts, man, they're saying, come on, where's that snow? Mount Shasta Ski Park, right? The good news is we've got that technology where we can make our own snow, right? It's been cold enough for that. And so, you know, are they the best conditions out there on any of these ski resorts? No, but if you're a skier or a snowboarder and you love to get out there and do that, you can, and things are okay. Things are looking good. I just had a friend, in fact, my hairdresser, don't I look nice, from yesterday, she was telling me she was out on the slopes with her kids, and she had a great time. She said there were a couple of spots where there's a little bit of dirt kind of trying to come up, and they had to kind of block it off, but overall, still looks like, you know, the whole park is open. You can still get out there and enjoy it. They're making snow. It's okay. Everything's good. Take a look at those wave heights. What's going on with my tie? All right. There you can see here, the wave heights are pretty low, but it looks like as we go through Thursday afternoon, those wave heights may begin to increase a little bit here, but we don't have any small craft advisories out there just yet. North winds at 5 to 10 knots, waves from the north at 2 feet at 4 seconds, and from the west at 6 feet at about 13 seconds. There's your high and your low tide and your sunrise and sunset. Sun about to rise here in about 13 minutes. All right, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Those temperatures, low 60s, 64 degrees for Coffee Creek, 58 degrees in Lewiston and Douglas City, about 62. 60 out in Wildwood, 65 degrees for Ruth, and 60 in High and Palm. Look at that 7-day forecast. It is dry, it is sunny, but it's cold as we go into Saturday. 62 degrees for Miranda, 63 in Garberville, 61 degrees in Red Crest. Here you can see up to the north, 57 degrees in Ferndale, 58 in Fortuna, 59 for Hydesville, and 57 degrees for Rio Dell. 60 degrees in Trinidad, 58 degrees in McKinleyville, 56 for Eureka, and 61 degrees in Hoopa. Up north, 63 Smith River, 60 for Gas Key, 62 degrees in Orleans, and 58 for Oric. And yes, I mean, everyone across the board dry, with the exception of Lassen County and Plumas County. We'll get to that here in a second. Wairika, you can see it's getting down to about 39 for your high on Saturday. So it's really Siskiyou, Modoc, and the Eastern Mountains. This is where we're going to see those coldest temperatures going into the weekend. Let's take a look at Scott Valley, 49 for Greenview, 50 in Etna, as well as Callahan and Fort Jones. We're down to 36 on Saturday, though. Upper 30s Sunday, back in the 40s to 50s by Monday, Tuesday of next week. Let's take it to Central and Eastern Siskiyou County. Look at Mount Shasta. You're only getting up to 38 degrees on Saturday, 42 on Sunday, back in the low 50s, and dry. We're dry in Modoc County even for Saturday, even though that system's coming in from the north. I think Modoc County will dodge that. 46 for Newell, 50 degrees for Alturas, 51 degrees for Likely today, and 51 for Aden. And here's the Eastern Mountains. So we look at Bernie. Notice Bernie, nope, I don't have the snow in there for you on Saturday. At least even a chance. But cold, 39. And then we're back up at the upper 40s, low 50s by Monday, Tuesday. Beaver, nope, I don't think so. Fall River Mills, Hat Creek, Old Station, I don't think so when I say Saturday snow, or at least chances for it, no, right? Basically all these areas staying snow-free. Now, we take a look at Lassen Park. Yeah, we got the chance in there. Take a look at Chester. Sure, we got the chance in there. Is it going to happen? Honestly, if you're asking me right now, I'd say don't count on it. I tell you that much right now. But count on colder temperatures. 37 on Saturday, 25 degrees for the park. Whew, 25, that's the high. All right. All right, so here's the Eastern Mountains Paradise. You're dry. I got the chance in there for you in Susanville. Mineral, no. Paradise, no. When we're talking snow again. Greenville, all right, maybe, yeah. Again, all these areas may be a chance. It's mainly Lassen and Plumas County that we've got the best chance for some of that snow developing. Here's your Valley Neighborhood Forecast brought to you by Walgamith Painting. Temperatures in the upper 60s. And, you know, some of us are going to get into those low 70s too. 69 degrees for a high today in the city of Shasta Lake, as well as Redding, maybe 70 in Anderson. 66 for Lakehead, 66 in Shingletown, and 69 degrees for Palisadro. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding. And again, you know, it's warming up. I've got 69, 68. We're splitting hairs. We could get up to 70, 71. Okay, so you've always got to allow for that 2 to even 3 degree forgiveness in there, either direction. That's typical. 64 degrees on Friday, upper 50s over the weekend, and we've got those low 60s for your Monday and Tuesday. I mean, and look at the cloud cover, or should I say lack thereof, sunny skies. We got a couple of high clouds coming in on Friday, maybe a few more high clouds coming in on Tuesday of next week, but it's just a whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of nothing, my friends. It'd be nice if we could get something going on up there. Well, that's it, folks. That's our show. Let's take a look at some cameras out there, see what it looks like out there this morning. And as you can see here, we're looking at a beautiful shot at Lake Oroville. Let's wrap up the show with some cameras of the area, wrap up the show with some jazz music, and we'll be right back here again tomorrow morning. Right here, bright and early, 7 a.m. Until then, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.